Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. Huda! I don't even know what day we are in now because I've taken a few days break, but we are still in doing the lucky dip for this month. Before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads, and if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. If you can hear heavy panting in the background, Jelly is doing her thing. She's running around the house, she's under my feet, she's excited about something. Come say hello. So the little potato is going to say hello. What are you excited about? Before we get to it. So let's go see who we have got today. Oh, I love her. Okay, so which one have we got? We have got the Nude Medium. She's in her own little world. So this is the Nude Medium palette. Again, we're in this sort of colour story at the moment. Obviously, tonality, we've come down a bit. This is for more sort of mid-tone skins. I'm the pale girly. We will make it work as we do because I do love all of the nude minis. Okay, so I'm going to go in with, what have we got? We've got 5 mattes, so 2 here, and this one here, and 4 shimmers. So we'll go in with this more pinkish one to start. I have, of course, prepped my eyelids with my MAC paint pot. Everything that I'm wearing on my face will be listed below in the comments. So these series are really designed for, to give you an idea, if you haven't pulled these out, I think I've said this before, I don't know how many times I'll end up saying this. If you haven't pulled out your eyeshadow palettes for a while, it's just a reminder of what you may have. It's also good to give you, if you haven't seen all of the different palettes that they have or that haven't been out on the market. I do believe these ones are still available, to show you what might interest you. You might see one that you've debated about pulling the trigger on or haven't got around to it, but it's, for me, it's more about I'm wanting to utilize palettes that I have, so it's nice to be able to pull them out because quite often, obviously, I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've probably got a dozen palettes sitting up on the shelf there of various price range. The cheapest one's probably $5. Well, the cheapest one was free in actual fact, as a gift with purchase. But I've got everything from that price up to about $100 up there. What can happen is that my palettes that I do have get overlooked. So I'm wanting to dive back into them, and I hope that you do too. So that is that shade there. So now we will go in with this shadow here and tucking in. And I think you can see from the palettes that we've already had, this is Huda's sort of safe space, I guess. These sorts of, it's funny because a lot of her palettes can look the same, right? But in actual fact, there is variation in it. That being said, you probably don't need all 3 nude minis, as the nude palette, which I've got, the Naughty Nude, like they're all similar enough that you can get looks that are very close to each other out of it. Particularly if you're like me and you do your makeup very similar style, because I'm sure some of you would have picked up by now that I do a very similar look on my eyes most days, and that's because of the style of my eyes, because I'm aging, because I've got extremely hooded lids. I need to do what I can to de-emphasize what's going on here with my hood. And if you have saggy hooded lids like me, you need to do the same thing too. Okay, let's go into the darkest shade now. Just to darken up the outer corner. Tuck it in there. And so I tuck it right in and then up to the hood, and then once we've got that, we then work what we've placed on the hood. And you can go in and deepen if needs be. I'm going to clean off this brush now because I don't want to spread an intensity of this shade too far everywhere. So what I'm doing now, as you can see, I'm back to this hold when I'm really starting to blend. When I've laid obviously the two lighter shades, I'm a bit more with my hand. As I go to the blending phase, I really relax these fingers. I come down to the end of the barrel of the brush and then drop these fingers off because that allows for a lighter touch, which means the blend is better. And we just tickle out that colour. And you can see what I mean, it just blends it out. And this is the difference. This is your placement, this is your blend. If you're putting your eyeshadow on like this and leaving it and wondering why it's not exactly working and looking the same, it's because you're not blending. You can see that didn't take long to blend. So now I'm this little windshield wiper motion right in the crease just to give it a bit of depth. Oh my gosh, did you hear my stomach then? Okay, going back in down through the gradients now. I haven't put any extra on this brush. I'm just using what is on the brush, going over the edges just to put that shading back a little bit. And same here. I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach going off. I always apologise for it. It's what happens early in the morning. I haven't eaten. I am on a coffee. It's just waking up. Fun. Now, I could use the Huda, not the Huda, I could use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. That would be the perfect eyeliner for this. Cannot be bothered reaching over the back and getting it. I am just going to open up my eyes a bit. So I'm using a Nude today. Okay, so underneath the eyes, I think we might start by going into this shade here. I'm not even going to line it. I'm just getting a flatter brush and tapping that right off to diffuse some of the shade. This automatically, this thinner brush is just covering the right amount of area, which is to the end of my eyelashes, essentially to that tiny little crease under my eye that's natural there. It's a bit softer than if I went in with that dark brown and then diffused it out with others, because it would give a more defined liner look. You can choose to do whichever way you like. Just working back and forth there. Okay, these are the 4 shimmers. How gorgeous are they? Look at that. Look at this one. I do wish there was a bit lighter to put on the inner corner, but I'm going into the darkest one first and just tapping that over the outer corner because that marries up really nicely with that deeper matte. Not going too intense there. And I've got to use this. This is such a gorgeous copper. Like, it's such a beautiful shade. It is the colour that I've dipped into most in here. So clearly it's the one that I've liked. It's been a long time since I've used these. So I'm really pleased that somebody asked me to do Huda. And she was on my list to do, but I probably wouldn't have done it just yet. I'm actually really pleased that I am, because I haven't used them in so long. Okay, I'm going to go into this lighter shade here in the corner. I don't know how this is going to go because it's not super light. Yeah, it's more rosy. Oh well, we're committed now. And in fact, I think I may put a little bit of highlighter in there. That's just a bit too dark for me. So I've got the Fenty Beauty Prosecco. It'll just lighten this up a little. Not too much, it just means that it's not as intense. Now I'm going to go and do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the finished look. I mean, it always looks polished. That's what I will give about Huda. Wow, we haven't dove into some of the palettes that aren't that great yet. But these nude ones, anything in that nude range always gives a lovely look. And obviously, I'm pale. Like I'm, well, not quite that shade, but not far off it at this point. So I've done the rich, I've done the medium in these smaller 9-pan palettes. Have the light to go, as well as the pastels. That will be interesting because I've got the 3 of them to do. So what will be the next one we dive into? You'll have to keep an eye out and see. But until next time, my friends, don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends. Come along, please subscribe. It's down there, one of these sides. Until next time, love you all. Bye.